welcome back to another video. So today's video is kind of a behind the scenes on how I stay productive and kind of like how I'll do my big cleaning videos as a person with ADHD. Now, everybody's ADHD is slightly different. There's so many types of ADHDs, there's so many different ways your brain works. What might work for me might not work for you. But these are tips and tricks that I have found that work for me, and maybe they'll work for you. So today I'm going to bring you along on a fully productive day of meal prep, cleaning my home, and getting videos ready. So number one is start early. I did have some meetings this morning, so I couldn't start as early as I wanted to, but it is 9 a.m. I always want to start during a single digit. If I start during a double digit, then I am already feeling like I've wasted my day, and it's harder for me to feel motivated. Especially then if I start in a single digit in the PM. I don't know, that's just how my brain works. We like single digit AMs. Normally I would start, for example, like at 7 a.m. Or 7:30 when I get back from the gym and everything. But again, I had meetings after, so I couldn't. So we're starting at 9 a.m. Biggest thing for this second tip is to get ready and feel good. If I am just cozy and feeling lazy and I don't really have anything on, my hair's a mess, then I'm not gonna feel good. I'm not gonna feel wanting to do things. I'm gonna feel like I want to rot in bed, and that's fine. I love rotting in bed. That's my favorite activity. But today is not a day we can do that. So I am going to get dressed, put a little bit of makeup on, nothing too much, just a little bit of concealer and mascara, something to make me feel awake, make me feel good, and then we'll go to step 3. Now that I've put a little bit of makeup on, I like to just wear like a headband or something to keep my hair out of my way. So what I like to wear is like a bralette, some shorts. Usually I like to put like a little bit of a matching fit on, because that's what I have on right now, is some like matching shorts and then just some cozy socks. Something super cute and comfy. And that way if I get too hot, you know, I'm good. But also just like, even though it's nice and tight, but it's still loose and comfy and cozy and it can move, but I also feel good. And then I'll just put on like a sweater or something over top until I get too hot. But again, something that will go with the fit. Alright, now my favorite time is my little treat time. So for me, that'll be like some oatmeal and a coffee. So I'll have some breakfast, something that will help fuel me, but also a little treat. So that could be coffee, that could be juice, it could be a smoothie, it could be anything. For me, it's gonna be my iced coffee. So it's me from the future. I'm just popping in here to talk about video, but I can't actually remember what the subject was. Oh my god. Hold on. Okay. So the treat yourself was kind of like a motivation for me. Again, this video, I say it's for people with ADHD, but honestly, this could be for anybody if this helps you, but this is just what helps me. And when I make my coffee in the morning and have that little treat, it makes me excited, and I know, okay, I get this iced coffee when I'm working. I don't just get it when I wake up and do whatever. I have created the system in my brain that during my productive days at home, I get my iced coffee. Where if I'm just lounging on the couch, I don't have iced coffee that day. So it kind of helps to trick my brain into, here's my treat, here's what I'm doing. I'm popping in because I honestly forgot to show you in this video, but when I talk about meal prepping for me personally, I don't do like cooking the chicken or, you know, well, I cook chicken, but like I don't cook a full week of meals or plan a full week of meals. because it changes every day. And I am not somebody that likes to really cook. I find the task to be really hard. So getting easy, microwavable, but healthy meals. So I like to have like the butter chicken or chicken chow mein or steak and potato, but like something that's like already cooked. You just got to put it in the microwave or throw it in the oven. Like something simple that I'm not sitting there and seasoning and marinating and waiting. Just in the oven, it's good. Or in the microwave, and it's good. And I find that helps me eat way healthier. I actually eat more meals in a day rather than just like toast and calling it a day. So that has really helped me, as just prepped meals that I could buy prepped. Sometimes I will enjoy cooking a little bit, but it's mostly the prep meals that really help me. Alright, so basically, I'm going to show you what my home looks like in a few minutes, and I'm going to show you what ADHD does to me and my home, because I have a clean home. I tidy every single day. I clean every single day. So this is just because I knew I wanted to do this video, so I didn't tidy yesterday or this morning before the gym. So it's a little messy. But this is literally just one day, because with my ADHD, it explodes and then I clean it. Then it explodes and I clean it. So it's always on that up and down. It's never just solid clean, solid messy. I don't like messy, but for some reason I can't just put something away in the moment. So yeah, we're gonna be talking a lot about that, but also for me, the biggest thing is I have to force myself to slow down. And having to force myself to slow down by making my coffee in the morning helps me just process the rest of what I have to do today. If I just skip my coffee, skip breakfast, skip anything, and just jump right into cleaning, I'm gonna burn out within an hour because I have no food to burn. I'm going to not have that dopamine rush proper in my head, because I might have a little bit of a dopamine rush from cleaning, but that's not going to last that long. So having a sweet treat or any sort of treat that gets you going and motivates you while you're doing something else keeps that dopamine levels up so you can keep going. So that is why I have to start off by making my coffee. Something that I also find that really helps me is having something on in the background, usually a cleaning video or just where people are talking, anything like that. I don't really like anything where it's like silent, where it's just music, because like I like the music when I'm editing and doing something, but like cleaning, I need somebody talking, I need somebody with me, I need somebody doing something. I find that the body doubling system really helps keep me motivated and just helps with everything. Something about looking over an empty parking lot before everybody starts their job, before everybody goes to work. Love it. Before it gets busy. Seeing people walk their dogs. Ooh. In the summer, I walk Jason. I don't walk him in the winter because, well, he's a cat. Doesn't really need it. But also exercise is good for them. But I don't walk him in the winter because if he ever gets lost, it's not like a house where they could just go on my porch and I'll eventually find them. It's an apartment. He'll get stolen, he'll get run over, he won't be able to get back in. And like he does have his collar and he's tattooed and everything, but like I don't walk him in the winter because if he ever gets lost, I don't want him to get lost in the cold, and also like the road's too cold, the wind's cold, so it's not a good time for him. But in the summertime I like to take him, like more spring. I don't take him in the heat because black cat, you know. But spring, I take him for some walks. That has nothing to do with this video. Oh my god. Where is my book? This is my to-do list book. I found that it really helped having a to-do list book and then like my content book. I used to put my to-do list in my content book and then it just got too messy. So fabulously organized. So cute, little bee. But it has really helped me because I put like my whole to-do list here, but then back here I put my priorities and then other things I'd like to do but might not have time for. But like priorities go here, so if it's like, oh, I have a meeting at 10 a.m. I'm gonna put meeting at 10 a.m. Do that. Because then I know to look here first to make sure it is done. And then I also love having, so this is all the stuff I need to get done today. Like, well, that's what I need to get done with. This is the stuff that's like, this has to be done by today. No negotiation. But then there's a few things that I'm like, oh, if I have time, I would love to do it. But then if it's not on the to-do list, by the time I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be tired, you know, like I don't really feel like doing it. Or if I put it on my big to-do list, I'm gonna be stressed because I'm not doing it. So I put it back here, because then it's like, oh, actually I do have time for that. I can cross it off. It just helps to have my to-do list broken up and things so that I'm not overwhelming myself by putting way too much on. We'll get into that in a second. Welcome to my office. So this is where a lot of the magic happens. I have all of my certificates behind me, and I have my study notes so I can remember the muscles and everything. This is where I do a lot of my studying and everything. I do a lot of prep work in here. This is my office. I don't have my computer here because I like to edit by the window and look out. But sometimes I do actually move my computer in here when it's dark out and I need to get work done, because then I can turn the lights on and I don't see the window and I don't know. Anyways, let's get back into this. So as I was saying, I find that it's really helpful to break things up so I don't get overwhelmed and see an empty to-do list or see a to-do list that's not full, and then I feel bad at the end of the night and then I don't sleep. Or I do sleep, but I feel really guilty. So that's been really hard. So breaking it up has been really easy. Something that I also recommend is not overpacking your to-do list. So when you're making your to-do list, try, instead of saying, make my bed and so instead of being like, make my bed and then wash laundry, put laundry away, or you guys are really distracting. But I used to overwhelm my to-do list. I'd be like, wash the dishes, dry the dishes, put the dishes away. But that'd be 3 spots. So then my to-do list was huge. Or I'd be wash my bedding, dry my bedding, make my bed. But then I would also put make my bed underneath that. So my make my bed would be in 2 spots. Because I'd want to make my bed once the sheets are dry, but I'd also want to make my bed as a whole. So having to condense those has really helped, because having my to-do list be shorter makes it seem easier to get done. Where if it's long, I look at it and I'm like, you know what, I just don't feel it. I don't feel like doing it. I don't have enough dopamine to do it, or motivation, or whatever you feel to call it. Today I also have to film, and I find that when I put what video to film and I get to that point where I have to film it, I'm like, oh, I don't want to film that. And then I go to film it and it's not a good video. So that's not fun. So something that I find helps is if I have to film or edit something, I'll just put film and edit, just that word, because it gives me the choice of picking it. If I'm like, you know what, I really don't feel like filming this video today, I could pick another video to film that I do feel like filming. Or I can film the video I'm supposed to film, but it feels like a choice. And having that feeling of a choice feels so much better than having the feeling of I have to do this, because I don't want to. Alright, I am switching to my camera because I do need my phone for the day. But a tip that I really find helps when I am trying to be productive is to not be on my phone, but of course I need to be on my phone for things like this. For some of the content I have to film today. But when I don't need my phone, I will film on my phone, and that really helps to make it that I won't be on my phone because, you know, the doom scroll, which is really tough. But I also have this clock app that if I am not filming and I need to be productive, I also put like a limit on my apps of how long I can be on them, because when I'm doom scrolling, I'm on them for hours and hours, and then I feel really bad about being on them for hours and hours and go through this whole spiral. So, putting the timer on when it sends me the warning or it tells me to get off, saying you're almost done your timer, then I'm like, oh, I should get off. I also find when I make my bed, talking helps. Talking to myself, talking to my cats, talking to someone, just talking. Because then I'm mindlessly making my bed rather than thinking about it, and I just do it. And it doesn't become a daunting task. It's no longer a task that I'm using my energy and dopamine towards. It's literally just hanging out and doing something. And that is something that I find really helps me, is creating a way that the task is no longer a task. I find with my ADHD, I struggle a lot with little things that people find would be the easiest. Unloading the dishwasher, people would probably find that super easy. Putting your clothes in the dryer after they're washed, most people find that super easy. I find that to be one of the hardest things ever. Even just clearing my nightstand. You'd think that'd be the easiest thing in the world. Nope. Super hard for me. So, talking helps. Also doing one room at a time, where I find I bounce around a lot, hence why people like to call ADHD the squirrel disorder. But forgot what I was gonna say. So I find that staying in one room really helps. So what I'm gonna do is finish my bedroom. So I'm gonna clear off my little nightstands, and then I'm gonna do the litter box, and then this room will be done. I will vacuum and mop at the end just because I like to do that all together. But bouncing around, I'm gonna get too tired. The place is gonna get a lot messier, because that's what happens. I bounce around and the place actually gets messier because, you know, this is still not done, and then I start the kitchen, but then I'm like, oh, I need to do the countertops, and then I start doing the countertops and half the dishes are done, and then I'm like, oh, I need to actually grab the dishes in here if I'm gonna actually do the dishes, and then I start grabbing these ones, but then I'm like, oh, it's actually dusty, so I go back and I grab a duster, and then I start dusting, and then I'm like, oh, well, now that I'm doing this, I should probably dust everything else, and then I find something else, and I find something else, and I find something else, and nothing gets done. So, finishing one room. Bring the dishes to the kitchen, that's it. Don't put them away, don't do anything, just bring them out of the room. Do the litter box. Don't bring it down to the garbage. Just bring it out, put it over in the front door. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do for this room. And then I can cross off this room. Then I can move to the dishes and put the dishes into the dishwasher. And then I can do the countertops. And then I can, you know, things like that. That has been really helpful. It's just one room at a time. I'm starting to think that he likes the camera because he always finds it. I don't think you're gonna want to see me clean the litter box, so I'm gonna give you the pleasure of seeing one of the cutest cats in the world, and then I'm going to clean the litter box. You okay? You okay? So that room is done, and now we're gonna move on to the kitchen. So let me show you what the kitchen looks like. Bad, because again, this was literally just like last night and this morning. Normally I'll tidy it up so like it's perfect every day, but so what I'm gonna start with is the dishes, because I don't want to do the dishes. That is the task I want to do the least, so it's the task I'm gonna do first, because once it's over I'm gonna feel good about it being done and I'll have more energy to do the rest. So let's do that. Something I also find that helps is to not sit down and to either put shoes or slippers with like a tread on them. I find that this just helps for me to feel more awake, to get more things done, especially if I'm coming home and I need to do something. I don't take my shoes off, which I know some people are gonna be like, what, you wear shoes in the house? Yeah, it's my house. But I don't take my shoes off because I just go straight into it. Like, I'll take my jacket off, but I go straight from coming into my home, say hello to my boys, straight into the activity. Because taking my shoes off, I don't know, it sends a message to my brain to relax. And also to not sit down. If I come home and I sit on the couch, I'm parked on that couch for hours. If I come home and I go straight into the activity, I'm fine. So that was like my biggest thing when I'm cleaning, is to not take a break during the cleaning. And once majority of it is done, then I can take my break. But if I take a break in the middle of the cleaning, I'm not getting back up. Or if I go on my phone, I'm not getting off of it. So dishes are done. We put them away and the new load is on. Bed is made. We cleaned both the litter boxes, vacuumed and mopped. And we swept, but I like to do that before. We cleaned the countertops and we tidied the home. When I would be cleaning my room when I lived at home, and I would go downstairs to the kitchen to grab a drink, and I would sit down for a second to have that drink or take a break or anything, go on my phone for a second. If I stopped the movement of cleaning, the momentum of cleaning, I lost that motivation. If I was doing a declutter, like a deep clean, and everything is everywhere, and I stopped to read one of my magazines and it was like, oh, that's a really cool thing, I'm gonna take a look at that. If I stopped even just for a minute, that dopamine gone, the motivation to do it gone. And it was so frustrating because then I'd be sitting in this giant mess and I wouldn't be able to do anything, and my parents would come upstairs and see my room of being a mess, and then I'm sitting on my bed and they would be like, what are you doing? Stop being lazy and clean this. And I'm like, I'm trying. And obviously there's just some days where I have no dopamine in my brain, there's no motivation in my brain to do anything. And you're seen as lazy, and that's not what that is. So it's definitely been really hard. And I started believing it for years before I really understood ADHD. Because I always thought that was just like, I can't pay attention to things and, you're so quirky. Because that's what ADHD was always portrayed as. And before I started really learning all of what could really be part of ADHD, I always believed I was lazy and that, I wasn't capable of doing things, and I always wondered what was wrong with me and why I was always procrastinating. Why am I so lazy is what I would always ask myself, but that's not the case. I am not lazy. I'm just stuck. So finding these tips and tricks have really helped me. So the biggest one is don't sit down. And yeah, sometimes that's not the case for everybody. Sometimes you do need to sit down, but if you need to sit down while you're doing stuff. There's been times where my knees have been so bad I can't stand, or I'm not feeling good or anything. I'll pull up a chair to do the dishes, and I'm doing the dishes sitting down. Or I'll sit down while I cook dinner, or like just, you could find ways to continue going while accommodating yourself. I've started to make lunch. I'm gonna do pizza. So I like on these days to kind of treat myself to something a little fun, and for me pizza is a fun lunch. Normally it would be like a sandwich or something like that. So we're gonna do pizza today. So the oven is preheating, and I'm going to take my drink, and also to reward yourself. Rewards go so far. So for me, I like to set different rewards for different things. So For example, today's reward is going to be my energy drink that I like to drink. And that was a reward. So if I got all my cleaning done, or when I get all my cleaning done, I get to have that drink. Okay, so now that the pizza is in the oven, I'm gonna set you up on my camera since I need my phone. This is the drink that I like. It's not sponsored, obviously, but if you've ever tried these, they're really good. They're like, what are you? Clean energy, plant-based. It's good for cognitive function. Improve concentration, which we need. Improve mental focus. Plant-based, vegan, zero sugar, and kosher if you need that. And I do actually find that they do help with my focus. I think that's just maybe me placeboing myself, but... So today I'm going to be editing on my phone, which makes it a little difficult because I love scrolling on TikTok. As soon as I get to open my app, I find that I get stuck and doom scroll. So the best way for me to do it is immediately go over to my page. Something that helps me is to set timers. So I have a 15-minute timer so that every time the timer goes off, because I have it on repeat until I finish the video, in case I do end up doom scrolling or something else, that timer is going to bring me back and be like, oh, right, I'm supposed to be doing something. I also like to have the TV going on in the background, but today, because I'm going to be talking to you, I won't, but I normally do. So, let's set our timer. I'll set it on my computer, and I can watch it. Again, just bring it to where I think that I would watch the video. I also keep the clips that I think, oh, I can add something funny to this. I can actually speak upon this and say things, because like if I can't think of anything that would go funny with this clip, or be like, oh, you know, I could say like, I don't know, a joke or something, then obviously it's not a good clip. If I'm gonna be honest with you guys, which I am, I honestly just turned off the camera and started doom scrolling. Yeah, I turned off the camera so you wouldn't see me do that, so that I can come back on here and be like, I'm so productive. Sometimes you just can't fight the doom scroll. Honestly, ADHD can be fun, but it is also such a struggle that a lot of us struggle through every single day, and because it's not everybody shares what it truly is like. I don't even share what it's truly like half the time. There's been so many times where I can't bring myself to do something, no matter how hard I try, no matter how much I want to. I am stuck in my own body, in my own brain. And that's really hard. There's just so many things. It's ruined friendship. It's been a struggle to have this, but it also comes with a lot of fun things as well. Bittersweet. But that is how I stay productive and get things done with ADHD. Obviously, again, this isn't going to work for everybody, but it works for some people. Biggest thing, like I said, is buddy system. It's just going straight into the task. Finish each room itself. So finish the bedroom, then go in and finish the kitchen, then go in. Because bouncing between room to room does not work for people like us. At least for me. So I can't go bouncing around room to room. I have to finish each room, otherwise nothing will get done. Biggest thing is keeping my phone away from me so I don't doom scroll, or having the timers if I am trying to do some work on my phone, having those timers, even just allowing myself to doom scroll for a certain amount of time. Those timers really help to reset my brain to being like, okay, now I have to go and do some work. So that's been helpful. And rewards are also really good. Treating yourself to things, whether it's, all right, I'm going to finish doing the dishes and then I can have that chocolate, or I can watch that show I've been wanting to watch, or I can go for a walk or something like that. Just rewarding yourself is really helpful. And I know that a lot of people with ADHD struggle with lists, but even just putting it, you don't even have to put it in order, just writing things down and being able to cross them off is so fun, and just gives such a rush of dopamine, I find. But yeah, those are my tips and tricks. So I'm going to end the video here because you don't need to see the nasty garbage room that this building has, because it's nasty, so I'm not going to show that on camera. But I really hope you enjoyed today's video and that it helped you out a little bit. And I would love if you would subscribe to the channel and join the family. I can definitely do more videos related with ADHD if you'd like. So let me know. And all my socials will be linked in the description. I would love to have you there as well. Join the family. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!